Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the debut edition of WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare right here on twitch.tv/BloodyBillVox. I am your host, Bloody Bill Vox. That's right, it's me coming to you live in your house, and today we have an action-packed card. Six matches. 6 fantasy matches that we've never seen in live pro wrestling, but today, thanks to the beauty of WWE 2K22, we're going to see them all here. It's going to be capped off with a main event. The match we've always wanted to see, we'll see today inside of Hell in a Cell. It's going to be the Phenom, the Undertaker, going up against the Icon, Sting. We've always wondered for years what would happen if these two men of the darkness stepped foot into the ring. We never got to see it at a WrestleMania or a Starrcade or whatever TNA's big WrestleMania event is, but we'll see it here today. It's our main event. But let's not talk about our main event. Let's get right into the opening contest of our debut episode. I'm so excited to bring it to you. It is a battle of the cutters. On one side, we are going to have the Viper, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator himself, Randy Orton. And on the other side, Diamond Dallas Page, the People's Champion, the king of the bada bing and the bada boom. These two lock horns in our very first Fantasy Warfare matchup here today. So without further ado, my friends, let's take it down to the ring for the Battle of the Cutters, Randy Orton versus Diamond Dallas Page. Welcome down to ringside. We are live from Boston, Massachusetts. Our opening contest of this first episode of Fantasy Warfare is going to be a battle of the gutters, as we said.
One fall, making his way to the ring from New Jersey, weighing in at 262 pounds, the Superstar.
Diamond Dallas Page entering to quite the fanfare from the fans here in the Fantasy Warfare Arena. We are live in Boston, Massachusetts. The master of the Diamond Cutter about to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with the master of the RKO, Randy Orton, as we await the arrival of the Viper. Here he comes.
His opponent, representing RKO, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
The Legend Killer, Randy Orton, making his entrance here as we call them, the Master of the RKO, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, the Viper. A legend in his own right. Current time see Randy Orton on the shelf with a back injury, but thanks to the video game aspect of WWE 2K22, Randy Orton's here, he is live, and he is in living color. Will it be the Diamond Cutter that is able to get the edge today, or will it be the RKO that gets the victory? Fans have long wondered whether or not Diamond Dallas Page or Randy Orton's cutter was the superior of the two. And we are soon going to find out here today. We've got quite the exciting card on hand here today. Coming up next will be AJ Styles versus the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. We're going to see Walter and Killer Kowalski do battle. We're going to see FTR and the HART Foundation in tag team action. An exciting day of action here in Fantasy Warfare, and it kicks off right away with Diamond Dallas Page going right to the offense up against against Randy Orton with a knee to the head. DDP wasting no time, heading up to the top rope. What's he going to do there? Perched down with a big-time splash. Taking down Randy Orton. Hard kick to the back. Randy Orton tries to brace for it, up to his feet. Collar and elbow, grabs DDP with a vertical suplex. Rained down with a fist to the spine. Now he's got DDP. Oh, nice suplex into a pin cover. DDP kicking out at the count of 1. This match starting fast and furious, I'll tell you that. Orton on top of DDP, raining down with those fists of furies, and drives in a nice little punch right for a kick for the extra measure. DDP rolling it over, now into a cover of his own. Referee there, right in great position, only gets count of 1 as Randy Orton kicks out. Orton back up to his feet, DDP grabs him, collar and elbow, Irish whip, sends him into the ropes and out to the floor. Holy moly, Diamond Dallas Page with a plancha out to the floor on Randy Orton. Referee beginning his standard 10 count on the floor as DDP was grinding away at the face of Randy Orton. Orton breaks the hold. Now he's got DDP up on his shoulders. What's he going to do here? Oh, running Death Valley driver setup into the guardrail. Driving Diamond Dallas Page in, spine first into the steel. Hitting that DDT on the floor as the referee reaches 5. Swinging neckbreaker by the Apex Predator on the floor. For two guys who really have never had any interaction, they are brawling it out as if they are two heated blood rivals here in this opening contest of Fantasy Warfare. Randy Orton now. Oh, nice. Driving the knee of Diamond Dallas Page into the canvas and now going for that patented the Garvin stomp. He's done it for so long, you almost want to call it the Orton stomp. Garvin stomp by Randy into the cover. 2. Only a count of 2 as DDP is able to kick out right before the count of 3. Orton now heading up to the top rope. What's he looking for? He hits with a splash, just as Diamond Dallas Page did earlier in the contest. Orton hits with a splash of his own. DDP rains down with a couple of forearms there after Orton tried to rain down with some fists of his own, but DDP countered it. He's got Orton up, spinning, and sit-out powerbomb. DDP dragging Orton along here. What's he trying to do here? He should have gone for a cover already. Rolling him over finally into the cover. I think that's going to cost him on that one, and it does. Orton able to kick out at the count of 2. DDP stalking Orton back up to his feet, and Diamond Cutter. This could be all. Diamond Cutter by DDP. Once again delaying on the cover. This could be a big-time mistake by DDP. Cover 2, and oh! Randy Orton kicks out of the count of 2. DDP. Oh! I thought he was going for another Diamond Cutter. This time it was a swinging neck breaker. Heading back up to the top rope. What's he going to do here? Another splash attempt. He hits it. 2 splash attempts in a row. Nice backbreaker followed by a hard shot right to the spine. Close Lionel. And RKO by Randy Orton into the cover. DDP's in the ropes though. And Orton is pissed. He just kicked DDP right in the face, stomping the arm. What's he going for here? Dragging him out to the center of the ring. Oh, brutal kick to the face, and now stomping away at the body again. It's the Garvin stomp, the Orton stomp, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it's brutal kick right to the skull. Cover by Randy Orton. And that's all she wrote, my friends. A count of 3 as Randy Orton. Well, it wasn't the RKO that put away DDP. in a battle of the cutters. The cutter is not what... Well, it's not what gets the victory for Randy Orton here today. Ultimately, as you can see there, kick right to the damn face. There you see some of the highlights from this contest. But as Randy Orton gets ready to celebrate his victory here in Fantasy Warfare, we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to head on back to the backstage area to get ready for our next contest. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Fantasy Warfare. What a contest, ladies and gentlemen, there between Diamond Dallas Page and Randy Orton. And in the end, well, it was a battle of the cutters, but it wasn't a cutter that decided the outcome of this contest. Diamond Dallas Page hit the diamond cutter, was not able to put away Randy Orton. Randy Orton hits the RKO, and he's not able to put away Diamond Dallas Page. And as a result of that, well, as you saw, Randy Orton got a little pissed off, started stomping all the body parts, and kicked Diamond Dallas Page right in his face to get the victory here today in our very first Fantasy Warfare matchup. But without, well, I said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it probably multiple times, but without further ado, let's keep the action rolling here. Let's go back down to ringside, where it's going to be a battle of the high flyers. The King of Hearts, Owen Hart, going up against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Let's take it back to the ring. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Fantasy Warfare. It's the phenomenal AJ Styles making his way to the ring for a battle of the high flyers as he gets ready to go one-on-one with Owen Hart.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
You could hear the moniker as announced by the ring announcer, the phenomenal. But he is not just going up against anybody on the opposite side of the ring here today. He's going up against the Rocket, the King of Hearts, the last Heart. That was the one he used for a little while there in '97 after the screw job, but better known as Owen Hart. The Phenomenal versus the Rocket. And now we await the arrival of the Rocket. There it is, the old classic high energy theme.
Opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 224 pounds, Owen Hart.
Owen Hart, multi-time Intercontinental Tag Team Champion in the WWE, has not appeared in a video game setting since Showdown Legends of Wrestling. Wonderful creators of the community creations of WWE 2K22 are responsible for the appearance of Owen Hart in this week's edition of Fantasy Warfare. But Owen Hart will be a playable character in an upcoming video game, AEW Fight Forever. Who knows when the hell that one will be released, as Owen Hart goes right into the offense on AJ Styles right away with a vertical suplex. And then heading up to the top rope with a big-time splash. It's a day of splashes here on Fantasy Warfare. Should add a splash counter. This is our third splash of the day. Owen Hart hitting a beautiful splash on AJ Styles, driving the point of the elbow into the skull. Oh, nasty kick to the nose by AJ Styles. Backflip, springboard into the reverse DDT. There's a reason why they call him the Phenomenal One. Time keeps on passing. He gets older and more veteran, and he still continues to move as if he's, a little teenager. But then you get moments like that where he completely misses a splash. Owen Hart, oh, nice drop kick. Oh, AJ Styles moved out of the way. I thought he hit that one. AJ's back was to the camera, so it looked like Owen hit it. Another falling reverse DDT. Different setup this time by AJ into the cover on Owen, and only a count of one as Owen's able to power out before the referee even reached two. Lock up by AJ Styles. Gut wrench setup. No, pump handle setup. Oh, pump handle into a gut buster. AJ now off the ropes, leaping. Oh, driving that knee down across the nose of the King of Hearts. AJ Styles now heading up to the top rope. What's he looking for? Oh, a frog splash. Judges? Yeah, we count that in the splash count. That's our fourth splash of the day. So far, we've had 4 competitors, and each one has hit a splash during this contest. Actually, really, it's 5. DDP hit 2. We got 5 splashes here today as Owen Hart looks to get back on the offensive track against AJ Styles, hammering away. Nice knife edge, belly-to-belly suplex by Owen Hart. Could it be time for another splash? Oh, he's calling for AJ to get up to his feet. He's waiting for him. Drop kick to nobody. Owen into the collar and elbow. Sends AJ over the top rope. Throws a hard punch to the jaw and another one. And a third. That one sends AJ down to the floor. Backbreaker. The old back scratcher. Boot to the midsection by AJ. Gut buster time again. Pump handle gut buster by AJ Styles as he gets back into the ring to beat the referee's 10 count. Owen Hart taking a moment to compose himself on the floor as he now re-enters the ring as the referee hit the count of 3. He still had plenty of time. He had a drop kick to the back of the skull on that one. Arm wringer by AJ Styles into a top wrist lock. Owen Hart now shots to the midsection, backing AJ Styles up and away. Collar and elbow. He's got him. Snap vertical suplex by the King of Hearts as he heads back up to the top rope. Here we go. What's he going to go for? He's calling for him to get up to his feet. Last time he missed a drop kick. This time, different result as Owen comes crashing down off the top rope with a missile drop kick. Now dragging AJ Styles into position, looking to get the victory here. Referee down for the cover. We get a count of 2, and that's all we get as AJ Styles is able to kick out at the count of 2. Hard shot to what looked like the spine, but AJ was grabbing at his knee, so who friggin' knows? AJ Styles now out to the ropes. Phenomenal forearm out of nowhere on Owen Hart into the cover. This could be all. Cover of 1, 2, and 3. AJ Styles, holy moly, gets the victory out of absolutely nowhere. Wow. They were having themselves a nice back and forth matchup, and then AJ just suddenly rushed to the outside. Phenomenal forearm, 1, 2, 3. That's all she wrote. What an excellent contest here between AJ Styles and Owen Hart, but we're going to take just a quick moment here before we head to the backstage area to get ready for our next contest as we take a look at some of these highlights in the Battle of High Flyers. It's AJ Styles coming out on top. We'll be back right here on Fantasy Warfare. Another exciting contest here at Fantasy Warfare. It's AJ Styles able to walk away with the victory over Owen Hart here today. It was a back and forth battle, but out of nowhere, AJ Styles hit with the phenomenal forearm, and as we have seen many a times before, when AJ Styles hits the phenomenal forearm, it is over for most opponents, and that was exactly the case for Owen Hart here today. So AJ Styles walks away from our first episode of Fantasy Warfare with a victory, and unfortunately for the King of Hearts, he walks away with that first loss in the loss column. Well, we're going to go ahead and keep the action rolling here today at Fantasy Warfare. Coming up next is a battle of the heaviest hands. Some of the heaviest hands in the history of pro wrestling are about to lock horns in the confines of the pro wrestling ring. On one side, it's going to be the man in WWE 2K22 known as Walter, but today known as Gunther, going up against another man who is known as Walter to many. The man known as Killer Kowalski. Coming up next, it's Walter and Walter. Oh my, this one's going to hurt, folks. Let's take it back down to the ring for more action here on Fantasy Warfare. We are back at ringside as we get ready for a battle of the Walters. Walter Killer Kowalski and the man formerly known as Walter, now known as Gunther.
Making his way to the ring from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 301 pounds, Kisser Speedy.
Gotta love the attempts by the community creators in WWE 2K22 to make those names sound as accurate as humanly possible. Kisser, whatever. But today it's gonna be Killer Kowalski and Walter doing battle one-on-one. Big hand to big hand, heavy hand to heavy hand. Two of the heaviest sets of hands in pro wrestling. In the annals and the history of pro wrestling. About to do battle here today. As you can hear the symphony. The march of the Imperium. Here comes the ring general himself. It's Walter. Or Gunther, whatever you want to call him. It's a tough one here. This announcer personally has moved on to Gunther, but, you know, this game's still got him as Walter. It's tough. Take it out of the ring announcer for the introductions on this one.
And his opponent, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds.
Walter, Gunther, whatever you'd like to call him, he is the leader of Imperium, the ring general himself. What a battle this is shaping up to be already. Look at the size and the stature of Walter. You saw the size and the stature of Killer Kowalski as he made his way out to the ring. And soon the bell will ring. And we'll find out which Walter has the heavier hand. Which Walter walks away with the victory. This match is taking place here today thanks to a request from PT Jester. Former independent pro wrestler in the Massachusetts area responded to a general question on Twitter of what kind of dream matches you'd like to see. And if you'd like to see any dream matches of your own, send your suggestions in at Bloody Bill Vox on Twitter. Or find us on Facebook, or find us on TikTok, or find us on YouTube, or find us on Ko-fi, or find us on freaking Teespring and buy a shirt. As the bell rings and Killer Kowalski immediately goes for a choke bomb, but Walter counters with a German suplex. Jesus. Cover. 2. Oh my goodness, I thought the match was about to end right away. I thought that match was about to end as quick as it started. As Walter settles into the offensive, but misses a leg drop as soon as I say that. So for the sake of going with what's in this particular game, we're gonna refer to this man as Walter. Walter Gunther, you know who he is. You know the man. He's the ring general. Uranagi, woof. Killer Kowalski in trouble right now, blocking the punch attempt by Walter. Kowalski now, vertical suplex, he's got him up. Wait a minute, reversal. Go behind, German suplex again. Walter is straight up dominating Killer Kowalski here in this contest. It has almost been no contest. Walter rolling Killer over into the cover. Referee there for a count, but Walter not even able to get a 1 count out of that offensive flurry on Killer Kowalski. Oh, geez, nice headlock throw. Irish whip sends Killer Kowalski into the corner. Walter drags him out, sends him across the ring with a heel. Setting him up, vertical suplex time. Could it be? Yes, it is. He's up and... oh, it's a jackhammer. Walter with a jackhammer on Killer Kowalski, only getting a 1 count. Guess you gotta be Goldberg to get a 3 count there. Oh, single arm dragon sleeper clutch. Sitting down on it as well, but Killer Kowalski able to get himself free from that. He's got Walter up on his shoulders, bringing him over to the corner and driving him down face first into the turnbuckle as Walter slinks down to the corner, and Killer Kowalski now getting an offensive flurry together with some stomps to the chest. Double axe handle down across the back with a stomp to the back of the head to boot. Get it? To boot because he's wearing boots? Into the cover goes Killer Kowalski. We get a cover 1, and that's all we get as Walter kicks out. Powerbomb attempt. No powerbomb. Pile driver. Doesn't even matter. Head was between the legs. Walter now has Killer Kowalski. And powerbomb of his own, but he's in the ropes. Referee calls for the break before he can even go for a count. Irish whip by Walter sends Killer Kowalski into the corner. What's he going to do with him here? Throwing him face first into the corner. Walter now climbing the ropes. He is up on the second and top rope. He is bringing Killer Kowalski up with him. He set him up, gut wrench, and super power bomb by Walter. Super power bomb by the ring general. This has got to be all, and it is. Count of 3. Walter, Imperium style, winning this battle of the Walters here today on Fantasy Warfare as he hits the super power bomb to get the victory. He was like, hey, I'm going to give you the regular power bomb. Oh, cool, you're in the ropes? Well, then fine, super power bomb for you. What a contest here, but coming up next, we are going to head backstage, a few words, and then we'll be back at the ring, as it will be the Macho Man Randy Savage going up against Triple H. So don't you dare go anywhere. Fantasy Warfare will be right back. That was kind of a one-sided contest there between Walter and Killer Kowalski. Killer Kowalski was not going to go down without a big-time fight. He kicked out of that massive powerbomb, or rather, he was saved by the ropes, but ring positioning is key in pro wrestling. But Walter decided, well, I'm going to put you away, Killer. So he took him up to the top rope with that vicious super powerbomb that was able to put away Killer Kowalski for the victory for Walter, Gunther, whatever you'd like to call him here today in the game. He's called Walter, so I mean, it's kind of what we're rolling with. Walter, Gunther, whatever you want to call him. But either way, it's Walter, Imperium, walking away with the victory here today. Our next contest is certainly an interesting one. There's some backstory even. On Twitter, we called it the battle of theoretical second-in-commands of their various factions, the NWO and D-Generation X. But there's also, you know the stories. We won't talk about them here on the air because I don't want to get a cease and desist from anybody's legal department in Stamford, Connecticut. However, you know the stories between the two, the rumors, the innuendo. Probably none of it's true, but it's still an urban legend that exists out here today, so they are going to battle it out here in Fantasy Warfare. On one side, representing the NWO, it is going to be the Macho Man Randy Savage. And on the other side, representing D-Generation X, will be Triple H. So let's head on back down to the ring for some more action here today on Fantasy Warfare as the madness gets ready to collide with the game. Welcome back to ringside, my friends. It is our fourth match of the evening, a battle of the factions. We got the NWO and DX being represented here today.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 274 pounds, Macho Man Randy Savage.
So allow me to take a quick moment here as a commentator with an opinion to kind of be a little confused here about the choices of the 2K developers. The Macho Man Randy Savage is available in this game, but the Macho Man Randy Savage has many incarnations, many attires, many different eras of his career. It seems kind of bizarre that you wouldn't make the in-game call names available for creator wrestlers. So friggin' what if I want to have 87 Macho Man Randy Savages? He should not be entering to the ring announcer calling him Macho Man Randy the Savage. It's atrocious. Can't freaking believe that you can't even reuse the call names in this game. But I digress. We get back to the action as the game. The COO, now head of creative in WWE, gets ready to make his way to the ring. Let's take it down to the ring announcer. We can't say his name because he got fired. Let's take it down to him for the introduction.
And his opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, the King, Triple H.
Triple H now has crossed over into the boardroom, the corporate world of professional wrestling, but at one time he was one of the most feared and vicious villains in all of the landscape. And of course, as we alluded to in the pre-match, there's been the long stories of what may have occurred between Triple H's wife and the Macho Man Randy Savage in an era before the relationship existed between Triple H and Stephanie. We don't need to go into those rumors because this commentator here personally believes that it's nothing more than urban legend. But it has fueled the idea of what could be if the Macho Man Randy Savage and Triple H ever stepped foot into the ring against one another. And thanks to WWE 2K22, we are going to find out the answer to that here today. When the NWO legend and the DX legend collide, who will come out on top? Will it be the flying elbow? Will it be the pedigree? Will it be the black and white, or will it be the black and green? We're about to find out. Well, I guess it's black and white against black and white because Triple H is not wearing any friggin' green. Solid start to that match as Triple H drops Randy Savage right on his ass. Irish whip sends him into the corner, follows him in, collar and elbow in the corner, wrenching that arm over the top rope. Randy Savage throwing a couple of punches at Triple H. One of them connected. The second one did not connect. Setting him up for a vertical suplex. He's got him up and a vertical suplex, driving Triple H spine first into the canvas. Triple H back up on his feet as Randy Savage jabbing, kicking, elbowing back into the corner. Collar and elbow. He's got Triple H driving him head first into the top turnbuckle. Going back in, boot to the midsection. Now driving the forehead and the skull across the top rope. Big time overhand punch to the back of the head. Hooking him up, and we got a vertical suplex by the Macho Man. Quickly into the cover, referee in position. We only get a count of one. Triple H able to kick out there. Randy Savage, for some reason, surprised on that one. I personally would not be surprised that it is going to take more than a vertical suplex to put away Triple H here today on Fantasy Warfare. Savage taking that moment to gloat to the audience, but as you can see, it's allowing Triple H to get back up to his feet. And Savage about to pay with the vertical suplex. Triple H now taking the same moment to gloat, and that also allows Randy Savage back up on his feet. But it did not come back to haunt him in the same way as Triple H drives the knee right into the tailbone. And now driving short, quick jabs right into the temple of the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Tried to kick him right in the face, and then Savage hits a dragon screw. Tried to hyperextend and twist the kneecap of the game right out of socket. Punch attempt blocked by the Macho Man. He's got him. Neck breaker. Drives him down into the canvas. Savage hooking him up. He's got him. And pile driver. This could be all. Going for the cover. Does Savage. Referee gets the count of two. Oh, just barely. Just barely, as Triple H is able to kick out at the count of 2 3/4. Savage up on the top rope. He is perched for the flying elbow drop, but nobody home. I don't know how we didn't see that nobody was home for that one, but nobody was home. Holy jeez, oh, out to the floor goes the Macho Man. Triple H literally scoop slamming Savage from the ring to the floor. Savage landing spine first on the outside. Yeah, there's pads there, but I mean, Jesus. Savage somehow still got some offense left in him as Triple H came back in the ring. Nice knee lift by the Macho Man into the cover, and Triple H gets a rope break on that one. I'm not sure if his hand was under the rope because his legs certainly didn't hit the rope. Savage now smashing the hand of Triple H, driving a knee into the face. Nice kick to the head. Boot to the midsection. Oh my goodness, he's got him. Arm hook, pedigree out of nowhere. Into the cover, but Randy Savage is in the ropes. And spine buster by Triple H. The pedigree didn't get him the... Oh no, he's going for it again. Two pedigrees. Two pedigrees, this time not in the ropes, no question. Count of two, count of three. Triple H gets the victory. Two pedigrees in a row. The first one in the ropes. Oh well, let's hit a second one, and that's what it takes. Two pedigrees by Triple H to get the victory here today over the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And given that this is being done under the WWE banner, WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare, are we really surprised that Triple H was able to pull the shovel out for the Macho Man? I'm not surprised. But what a night of action has been so far, my friends. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, tag team action between FTR and the Hart Foundation. Fantasy Warfare will be right back. Macho Man Randy Savage, very tough loss out there today as you did battle with Triple H, he had the shovels out for you. Hit you with 2 pedigrees back to back for the full-on burial. What do you say about it?
Then so fast you can't even talk about it. Lucky person, yeah, out there somewhere is gonna win a silver cloud. What a lucky, lucky, lucky person.
Strong words from the Macho Man Randy Savage. Let's head on back to the ring for some tag team action, as it will be FTR going up against the Hart Foundation. Welcome back to ringside, my friends. It is our 5th match of the evening, the pre-main event. You may have seen this one advertised as being for the WWE Tag Team Championship, but we'll explain why it's not in just a moment.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 457 pounds. FTR. I figured I needed to finish it there because the game didn't have a call name for the tag team. It's kind of crazy there. You can't create tag team call names. Anyway, so this match I was originally advertising as being for the WWE Tag Team Championships of the 1990s, but when we recorded this event, nobody told anybody, and that nobody told anybody is I forgot to set this as a title match. So, Creator Botch is what we can call this one. But we will still nonetheless see some tag team action here today. If you follow these teams on social media, you know the love fest between them. At a combined weight of 516 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation.
Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler have a world of respect for Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart has been in their corner as their manager at a number of independent wrestling events throughout 2022. But Bret Hart will not be in the corner of FTR here today. Bret Hart and his partner, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, will be standing in the opposite corner. 2 of wrestling's greatest tag teams about to do battle here today in a match for bragging rights, originally advertised as being for titles, but instead it's just for bragging rights. Nice DDT there by Bret Hart to start the match, followed by a leg drop. So who will walk away with the bragging rights? We are quickly on the road to finding out, as the Hart Foundation is quickly ahead in the offense category. Bret with a series of offensive maneuvers here to kick things off. We have the DDT, the leg drop, the flying elbow, the stomp. He's got Dax up on his feet now. Grabbed him by the scruff of his neck, bringing him over to the ropes. Locking up with him. What's he going to do here? Throwing him out to the floor. There goes Dax Harwood out to the floor. What is Bret going to do here? He's got Dax in position. Bret's ready. Bret thinking about a suicide topia. Oh my goodness, he hits the topia. Tope suicida. There we go. Jeez, I botched that one completely. Forgive me. These 2 men battling it out on the floor as the referee counting away. We are on a count of 5 already. I would hate to see this match of all the matches here tonight. Not you want to see any of them end in a count out, but I would hate to see this one among them all end in any sort of draw. I'd like to see one of these teams come out on top here today, but referee is already at a count of 8. I think the referee there gave those boys a moment there, took a little breather in his movements in order to make sure this match did not end in a draw. As Bret tags in Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Dax Harwood tags in Cash Wheeler. We've got fresh participants in the ring as this tag team match continues. Still to come here, coming up next after this tag team matchup, our main event of the first episode of Fantasy Warfare, a match that has been More than 20 years in the making, the flagship of WCW meeting the flagship of WWE. Inside Hell in a Cell, it's going to be Sting and The Undertaker coming up next in our main event. As Dax hits that flying leg drop, and Bret Hart is there to break up the cover. And he gets sent out to the floor for his troubles by Cash. Dax now with some hard shots and a back fist to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Sends him into the corner with that back fist. Now with a hard forearm shot that drops the Anvil in the corner. Oh, down back of the head, and now he's grabbed him by that same head into a vertical suplex. Dax Harwood in firm control as Bret Hart is in firm control of Cash Wheeler on the floor. DDT time. Dax Harwood with the lock. He's got Jim the Anvil Neidhart tied up. This is not a good place to be for the Anvil. Oh, nice punch right to the forehead. Collar and elbow. Dax has got the Anvil on his shoulders and down across the top rope. Into the cover. 2. Whoa. That was intensely close, my friends. I thought that was a 3. I thought for sure this match was over. Dax Harwood stalking Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who catches the toe kick. Nice uppercut by the Anvil. Vertical suplex time. Yes, it is. Vertical suplex by the Anvil. He's stalking around. Nice stomp right to the sternum. He's got him. Camel clutch time. Camel clutch. He's got him locked in. Could this be all for FTR? Bret Hart randomly coming in there. Not quite sure what happened there, but Dax Harwood able to slip out and grab the legs. Nice knife edge chop by Dax. He's coming back. Fury. Oh, but Anvil cuts him off with the jawbreaker. And it's the big time Anvil slam into the cover. Referee there. 2. And Cash Wheeler is able to come in and break up the pinfall. I thought that was going to be enough to put away Dax. Oh, nice flapjack there by the Anvil, who is living up to his moniker at the moment. Completely railroading FTR all by himself. Nice Samoan drop. Look at that. He is literally destroying FTR all by himself. Bret Hart just chilling in the corner as the Anvil is beating on the Illegal Man. The Legal Man is so beat up right now that Jim Neidhart is able to focus on the Illegal Man in the ring, but Dax Harwood is able to get back up on his feet. Russian leg sweep, takes back control of the offense. Referee out of position, into position, count of 2, and the Anvil kicks out of the count of 2. What a display of power there for a few moments by Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Back up on his feet, hard clothesline, takes down Cash Wheeler. Cash now shot to the gut on the Anvil. Anvil, oh, nice forearm shot. You don't want to make the Anvil angry as he drives the face of Cash into the top rope and then sends him backward into the cover. Referee there for a count of 2, and that's all we get as Cash was able to kick out before that referee's hand came down for the count of 3. Anvil going now to make the tag to the excellence of execution. Bret the Hitman Hart, who now climbs the top rope. He's calling for Cash to get up to his feet. What's he poised to do? Big time flying crossbody takes down Cash Wheeler as Cash makes a tag to Dax. Here comes Dax Harwood. He locks up with Bret the Hitman Hart. He's got him set up and vertical suplex. Actually, that might have been more of a brain buster the way I think about it. Nice short elbow drop by Dax Harwood on Bret Hart. Looking to hyperextend the shoulder, maybe even pull it out of the socket. Quick tag by FTR. Here comes Cash Wheeler back into the ring once more. He's got that, the arm trap. Yeah, Shayna Baszler made that one famous in WWE inside of the NXT roster. Now it's like everybody's like, hey, I like that. I'm going to do that. I like that move. I'm going to do that move. DDT. by Bret the Hitman Hart, driving Cash Wheeler head first into the canvas. Referee in position for the cover. And we only get a count of 2 as Cash Wheeler able to muster up the strength needed to kick out one more time as Bret the Hitman Hart makes a tag to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Here comes the Anvil, vertical suplex once more, and a vertical suplex once more. Tried for a stomp there, but Cash was able to move out of the way in time. Nice kick to the stomach by the Anvil, and again, that's 2. Oh, nice hard lariat. He's got him up one more time. It's the Anvil running power slam into the cover. We get 1, 2, and Dax is able to break up the pinfall attempt by the Anvil right in the nick of time. Referee now counting on Dax to get out of the ring. Anvil out of the ring. So Dax got out of the ring. Anvil gets out of the ring. Anvil makes a tag to Bret the Hitman Hart. After hitting that running power slam, and Dax was able to break up the pin, saving his partner, saving the victory for FTR, keeping the Hart Foundation away from the pay window, as Bret Hart now with a scoop slam on Cash Wheeler. Rolling him over. Is he going to go for a cover? Yes, he is. Down into the cover. Referee in position. Cover. Only a count of 1 as Dax is able to break up that pin yet again. I think Cash Wheeler really needs to make a tag here to have a chance to keep FTR within sights of a victory. If he can't make a tag here, it could be off as the Anvil comes in one more time with that camel clutch. Referee calls for the rope break, but we had a tap out. The tap out happened there, but the referee called for the rope break. Anvil into the cover, then we get a count of 3. I'd say there's a bit of controversy in that victory, but it was the Anvil who got the tap out, and then it was the Anvil who got the 3 count, so I guess there's really not a lot of room to complain there. But we saw the tap out, but apparently his feet were on the ropes. But it mattered not, as the Anvil was able to take advantage of the punishment and roll him over and go for the 3 count, getting the victory for the Hart Foundation. But coming up next, it is our main event of the evening. Inside of Hell in a Cell, it's Sting and The Undertaker. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be back. What an exciting tag team contest between FTR and the Hart Foundation. Ultimately, it's Jim the Anvil Neidhart coming through and smashing the competition, living up to his moniker of the Anvil, picking up a victory for the Hart Foundation. And while there are so many different fantasy warfare matchups that we can present each and every week, I wouldn't be too shocked if we see FTR and the Hart Foundation have a rematch on this program in the future, because while it might be fantasy warfare, there's still emotion involved. Speaking of emotion, my friends, it is that point in the day. It is time for the main event of our very first episode of Fantasy Warfare. On one side, it is going to be the Phenom, the legendary Undertaker. And on the other side, it's going to be Sting, the icon, the legend of WCW. It's the legend of WWE against the legend of WCW. A match that people wanted to see in the 90s. A match that people wanted to see in the 2000s. A match that some people still even want to see just a smidge here today in 2022. But today, thanks to the beauty, that's the best word to put it, thanks to the beauty of WWE 2K22 and technology, really, we get to get a sliver of an idea of what would happen if The Undertaker and Sting met head-to-head, one-on-one. But we're not going to just put them in the ring head-to-head, one-on-one. Absolutely not. No way, my friends. We're going to stick them inside of Hell in a Cell. So without further ado, it's time for our main event of the week. It's The Undertaker versus Sting. Let's go down to the ring. Here we go. It is time for the main event of Fantasy Warfare. a match 20 years in the making. Let's sit back.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match, making his way to the ring from every man's nightmare. Weighing in at 246 pounds, the Icon.
Sting makes his way to the ring here. You can just feel the anticipation. The tension is in the air. The Men of Darkness. One represented WCW, one represented the WWE. Neither man jumped sides during the wars. But tonight, the potential exists for these two men to wage wars as we begin the march to Hell in a Cell. Here comes The Undertaker. No coat, no hat, just ready for a fight. A fight he's been waiting for over 20 years.
From Death Valley, weighing in at 299 pounds, the
Maybe The Undertaker didn't trust the pyro guy here tonight. A little bit of inside baseball reference to the time The Undertaker nearly got burned alive. I believe it was an elimination chamber match in the WWE where The Undertaker quickly rips off his jacket and runs to the ring, something you don't see out of the dead man. But he made a run to the ring, and I believe the report afterwards saw that The Undertaker had suffered second or third degree burns as a result of that pyro mishap. And, well, when you've waited 20 years for a match, maybe you don't want to take any chances on any pyro mishaps. As The Undertaker looks ready for war. No coat, no hat. He's just got those gloves on, and he is ready to rock and roll. Bringing the lights up here in the Fantasy Warfare Arena. There we go. Are his powers delayed because he's retired? The powers took a hot minute because the man retired. Maybe that's what's going on there. But The Undertaker is ready for this war. He is ready for this Hell in a Cell match. Our main event here today on Fantasy Warfare. What an exciting first episode it has been. Originally scheduled to be a Twitch stream, now here each and every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. Give a follow to @BloodyBillVox. You can go to tinyurl.com/BloodyBillVox, or now the updated YouTube handle of youtube.com/@BloodyBillVox. Yep, they went the TikTok way, adding the @symbols in the URL. But enough talk about social media links. This Hell in a Cell match is underway, and Sting is quickly on the offense over The Undertaker. And now Sting out to the floor, grabbing a table, looking to take this Hell in a Cell match right to the extreme. We figured, why not? Why make it just a simple one-on-one between these two? Let's put them inside of the most demonic structure in all of wrestling history. And two of the most arguably demonic type characters in all of wrestling history. Oh, here we go. We're going to play the back and forth. You're on the floor. I'm in the ring. Do-si-do, back and forth. Ring around the rosies. Pocket full of posies game. That's exactly what's going on here. Look at these two. They're just going back and forth, back and forth. Taker out to the floor now. Sting back into the ring. Taker getting back into the ring. And, oh, there we go. We're both into the ring now. Electric chair drop by Sting on The Undertaker. The Undertaker really has not had any offense yet in this match, but of course, as we say that, he starts to get some offense. Big time leg drop by The Undertaker. Oh! Driving that down into the skull. What is it? We got a baseball bat? That's a baseball bat. Sting's bat being used by The Undertaker. Oh my! What a spine buster by the dead man. Apparently this commentator should be wearing his damn glasses at ringside. I'm a bit of an old man. Nice running bulldog by Sting. Referee down into a cover. You know you're blind when you can't tell a baseball bat. Sting going for the lockup, not getting it. The Undertaker's got him up on the shoulders. Bringing Sting into the corner. Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes by The Undertaker neutralizes Sting into the corner. Whips him out of the corner, driving him down spine first. As The Undertaker now locks him up and sends him over the top rope and down to the floor goes Sting as he hits the floor outside the ring in brutal fashion. Now The Undertaker sends Sting back into the ring. Taker now, he's got Sting. Grabbing him into old school. Walking those ropes and leaping down, driving into the shoulder blades of Sting, rolling him over into the cover. Referee there for the count of 2, and that's all we get is the count of 2. You gotta figure it's gonna take a lot more than that to put away Sting. The Undertaker just started getting on the offense. Wait a minute. Taker's got Sting. Tombstone pile driver onto the table. Referee into position. We get a cover. 1, 2, 3. It's already over. We didn't even have a chance for the brutality to get started in that one before The Undertaker is able to snatch the victory away from Sting. Well, that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say, in the world of fantasy. You leave it up to the simulation, and the simulation tells you how it goes down. And today, unfortunately for all of us looking for a lengthy and brutal contest, we got a short, sweet, and to-the-point contest as The Undertaker defeats Sting here in the main event of Fantasy Warfare. We are going to deliver you some closing remarks here today, so don't you dare go anywhere. It's Fantasy Warfare. We'll be right back. Well, folks, sometimes we hype things up, and maybe they don't quite live up to expectations. I'm not sure if Sting didn't hit the gym. Maybe his tan wasn't in line. But either way, The Undertaker basically smashed him once he got his hands on him. They played a little back and forth there with the floor, and, one guy in, one guy out, one guy in, one guy out. But as soon as The Undertaker got his hands on Sting, it was an old school walk and a tombstone later, and The Undertaker standing tall to end this week's episode of Fantasy Warfare. And what an exciting episode it has been, my friends. But I'm not going to make you wait for social media. If you're here watching live, you can hear right now what next week's main event is going to be. Now, earlier today, we presented Macho Man Randy Savage against Triple H, and we talked about the rumor and the innuendo. But something that is not rumor, something that is not innuendo, is the very real-life grudge that existed at one point in time between the ninth wonder of the world, China, and the billion-dollar princess, Stephanie McMahon. We all know the story of China, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon. And I think many of us have wondered, what would happen if China and Stephanie McMahon stood face-to-face, toe-to-toe in the center of the ring to fight out their old grudges? Well, that's the beauty of Fantasy Warfare here, folks. Next week, our main event will be China going one-on-one with Stephanie McMahon. I gotta tell you, I'm excited to see how this one plays out. I'm excited to see what WWE 2K22 says for what the outcome could be if Chyna and Stephanie McMahon ever step foot in the ring. And one might say that Chyna would probably wipe the floor with Stephanie McMahon, but we've seen Stephanie McMahon in the ring many times over the years. I think she'd hold her own, and I think she'd stand a good chance of walking away with the victory. But we will find out next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here, twitch.tv/BloodyBillVox with me, that's right, Bloody Bill Vox, your host, for some more WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare. But in case you were late joining the party here today, we are going to conclude the show with a look back at some of the highlights that took place here today in Fantasy Warfare. So once again, my friends, it has been I, your host, Bloody Bill Vox, saying thank you very much for joining us for WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare. Now let's take a look back at the highlights from our premiere episode. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we can end this very first episode of Fantasy Warfare with an underwhelming match, the manner of which we just witnessed between The Undertaker and Sting. Now, as we noted, sometimes you can overhype something, and sometimes it will not deliver. Today was one of those days. However, we're not going to end the show on that note. I know we were starting to watch a highlight video, but no, my friends. Here's an edict to everybody in the back here at Fantasy Warfare. 30 of you, grab your gear, grab a number, because we're heading back to ringside. We're heading back to ringside. What will we need numbers and gear and 30 people for? That's right, my friends. We are going to conclude this very first episode of Fantasy Warfare with a Royal Rumble. So on that note, my friends, let's get ready. It is time. It's time to rumble. Let's take it back to the ring. I hope they're all ready down there, because they probably started going home, right? Yeah, oh, somebody's still down there. Go back to ringside.
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. The two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start in the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order that they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when a superstar is thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania! Introducing the participants. First, from Grenoble, France, weighing in at 520 pounds, the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant!
I guess we're still here. So apparently we're going to close out the show this week with an impromptu 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match. What? 30 participants who did not participate in this week's show have all been chosen at random. They got their gear, they got their numbers, and it's the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, entering this Royal Rumble. What? Nobody's... What the hell? Now we got Brock Lesnar coming in at number 2. We're going to battle the big meaty men slapping meat, as Big E would say. At numbers 1 and 2, Holy hell, what kind of rumble are we in store for?
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar!
I can't believe we are going to start this Royal Rumble with Andre the Giant and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is actually circling around Andre the Giant like he's prey. When have you ever seen anybody ever do that to Andre the Giant? Well, Brock Lesnar not only circled Andre like he was prey, but he also chased Andre straight out of the ring. As Brock Lesnar takes over center stage here in the ring for this impromptu Royal Rumble match to close out the day here on Fantasy Warfare. I thought I was just sitting down to call 6 different matches here tonight, but apparently we weren't satisfied with the outcome and the performance of that main event. Impromptu call out of the blue. We were rolling the damn show credits, rolling the damn show recap, and popping back in saying, hey, you know what, sometimes you hype things up when they don't deliver. So hey, we're going to close things out with a Royal Rumble match. What the serious hell? I was just trying to go home as Hollywood Hogan comes out at entrant number 3. And Andre the Giant is dominating the field right now. He just press-slammed Lesnar. He just press-slammed Hogan. Hogan able to get over the back and a side suplex. That's how you know this is Fantasy Warfare, folks, because ain't nobody in their realities giving a side suplex to Andre the Giant. Entrant number 4 making his way to the ring is none other than Goldberg. Goldberg coming in, slapping the canvas, posing in front of everybody. The ring is going to fill up fast here. Entrance will, oh, nice power slam by Andre the Giant. As the countdown clock comes up once more. Oh, nice double arm suplex by Andre the Giant. Nobody has been eliminated yet. Here comes entrant number 5. It's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre entering the ring at number 5, and Andre the Giant turns his attention right to him as Hogan works over Lesnar before turning his attention to Goldberg. We got a tombstone? Tombstone pile driver by Andre the Giant. The number 1 entrant is taking on all comers. We don't care who you are, he's going after you. It's almost reminiscent of Ric Flair in the 1992 Royal Rumble, where he entered at number 3, and instead of kind of hiding back in the corner on his road to going after the WWE Championship, he went after all entrants. And still, oh my goodness, there goes Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has been eliminated from this Royal Rumble contest. Nice bear hug overhead throw by Drew McIntyre. Sends Hulk Hogan for a ride. Here comes entrant number 7. It's John Cena as Bruiser Brody gets eliminated. Brody barely made it to John Cena's entrance before he was eliminated. And Goldberg gets eliminated. Powerbomb by John Cena on Andre the Giant. Hulk Hogan has John Cena up for a scoop slam. Here he comes. Big time elbow drop as we await our next arrival. Entrant number 8. Who's it gonna be? It's the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle making his way into this Royal Rumble matchup. German suplex by Hollywood Hogan on Drew McIntyre as John Cena takes the fight to Andre the Giant. Kurt Angle drapes Hulk Hogan down across the top rope. Cena now trying to eliminate Andre the Giant and Drew McIntyre joining in. Andre's in trouble, and we await the arrival of entrant number 9. It's MJF. MJF making his way into this Royal Rumble match at entry spot number 9. MJF frequently talks about the bidding war of 2024, and he steps foot into this WWE 2K22 Fantasy Warfare ring, looking to make that impact that could impact
A competitor
the
has
bidding
been
war
eliminated.
of 2024. Somebody just got eliminated. That was Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle got eliminated as the Great Muta makes his way out to the ring. Swinging neckbreaker by the Great Muta. We are officially 1/3 of the way through our entrance in this Royal Rumble contest as the Great Muta entered at number 10. The countdown is back up on the screen yet again, which means we are getting ready for entrant number 11 about to make their way into the ring. It's CM Punk. CM Punk making his way into the Royal Rumble. That's a line I never thought I would utter again, so once more, we give you another example of how you know this is fantasy warfare, because we just uttered the line, CM Punk entering the Royal Rumble.
Hollywood Hogan has been eliminated.
Oh, I'm not sure where it happened, but you heard the announcement. Hollywood Hogan eliminated from the Royal Rumble. As entrant number 12 gets ready to come out, it's Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon himself, Bryan Danielson, makes his way in. Entry number 12. As Andre the Giant pairs off with John Cena, we got CM Punk with Drew McIntyre, MJF with Bryan Danielson. And now the Great Muta's gone after CM Punk as Andre the Giant uses an old earthquake move. Hell was called Andre Earthquake. Irish whip sends Cena over the rope, and John Cena has been eliminated. Entry number 13 is Rob Van Dam. WWE Hall of Famer Mr. Monday Night coming in at number 13. Some people may call that an unlucky spot. But you know, Rob Van Dam likes to move a little differently. Maybe he makes that as a good place to be. Not quite sure who just got eliminated on that one. That was CM Punk who got eliminated. Bryan Danielson almost got eliminated. And CM Punk has been eliminated as the British Bulldog comes in at number 14. MJF has been eliminated by Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant still in here after entering at number 1. Dragon screw by the Great Muta on Andre the Giant as Muta goes up to the top rope, nugget glides in the Rumble. He misses that moonsault. Entry number 15, Cactus Jack. We are officially halfway through our entries here in the Royal Rumble. German suplex by Rob Van Dam on the British Bulldog. Bryan Danielson over the ropes. He's hanging on. And Bryan Danielson remains in the match. I thought for sure he was about to be eliminated there, but he hangs on and lives to fight another day as Andre the Giant chokes the life out of the Great Muta. Rob Van Dam trying to eliminate the British Bulldog, and here comes entry number 16, the Demo God, the Ocho, the Wizard, Y2J. How many more names can we think of? Lionheart. It's Chris Jericho in at number 16. Surely if the music would have played long enough, the crowd would have been able to sing along to Judas, but it's the Royal Rumble, baby. You get like 10 seconds of music and the action continues. Power bomb by Rob Van Dam on the British Bulldog. There's a reason why they call it the fastest hour of action in wrestling. Well, if it ever lasts an hour in a video match, to be honest. I'll be surprised if this one lasts more than 30 minutes. We're already halfway through the entrance. That's how fast, in this situation, we don't play the every 2-minute game. If there's a spot open, we throw the damn clock. At least that's how it feels. Bulldog driving Cactus Jack's face into the mat. Ryan Danielson trying to rid the Rumble of Rob Van Dam. Andre the Giant is dazed. The Great Muta hits a backbreaker. The British Bulldog hits a dropkick. There is so much action going on here in this one. I don't even know how to keep up with all the rules and do our best here. The Great Muta is paired off with Drew McIntyre. Andre the Giant is paired off with Chris Jericho. The British Bulldog is paired off with Cactus Jack. And Bryan Danielson is paired off with Rob Van Dam. As I finally get through all the pairings, these damn guys switch it up and keep rolling it out as the Great Muta as Drew McIntyre walks in a tight grip here. I'm not quite sure why he was trying to put a submission on somebody. 5-star frog splash by Rob Van Dam. The British Bulldog just got eliminated. That might have been one of the longest periods where we had 8 combatants in the ring with nobody being eliminated. Finally, an elimination occurring. Chris Jericho,
a competitor has been eliminated.
Somebody just hit the floor there. I can't quite see who it was, and we're not going to get a look at it. Oh, German suplex. Andre the Giant had his back to Rob Van Dam just got eliminated. Will Bryan Danielson be next? Chris Jericho looking in. Oh, there he goes. Bryan Danielson eliminated as Cody Rhodes coming in at number 17. Getting so excited over here, we're smacking the table. As you might have heard a thump through the microphone, I smacked my commentary desk. I got excited for Cody Rhodes coming out to the ring. What can I say? Countdown is up yet again. Who is going to be next? Well, you know who's not going to win. It's not going to be Chris Jericho as Andre the Giant continues to hang on. The number 1 entrant in this Royal Rumble match is still here at number 18 as Claudio Castagnoli, a.k.a. Cesaro, enters the fray. At number 18, as we just said, illustrate how long Andre the Giant has been here in the ring. As Andre now goes after Cody Rhodes. He's got Cody up. And scoop slams Cody out to the floor. Cody Rhodes has been eliminated. Entrant number 19 is going to be the 2-time Hall of Famer, Booker T, current color commentator for the WWE NXT. Drew McIntyre having quite the run himself there, coming in at entrant number 5, still here in the Royal Rumble match. Booker T was entry number 19.
Drew McIntyre has been eliminated.
Said anything about it as Drew McIntyre just got eliminated. Who will be coming out entrant number 20 is Dusty Rhodes. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, making his way out to the ring here which means we have 10 more entrants to go before we reach our 30, and we can really start to speculate on who will walk away the winner of this impromptu surprise Royal Rumble match. Like, do they get a title match? Like, I don't even know. Is there a prize here? Is this literally to send people home happy? We'll have to ask the front office about that one. Entry number 21, Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out to the classic Disturbed theme. Andre the Giant hanging on. 1 to 21 has been Andre's road thus far here in this Royal Rumble matchup. We've got 9 entrants left. Soon to be 8 as our 22nd entry is about to make their way to the ring. Who's it going to be? It's the Rated R Superstar Edge. Dusty Rhodes up over the top rope. Andre the Giant tries to eliminate him, but Dusty able to hang on as Andre kind of turned his attention away from Dusty on the ropes. And Dusty's on the ropes again, but he counters. DDT by the American Dream. Let's see, we got Steve Austin in there battling with Mick Foley. It's Latino, number 23. Steve Austin and Edge going. Andre the Giant still in it. He's going after everybody. Eddie Guerrero, the fastest man in that Rumble. And Andre the Giant goes after him, slams him down hard. Oh, big time earthquake hit. Edge has been eliminated. Ooh, nice shot to the midsection. Oh, heel kick. Driver by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Cactus Jack and Andre the Giant doing battle. Russian leg sweep. Countdown up on the screen again. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our next entrant at 24, the Animal Batista. Big time double suplex by Batista and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Booker T is down, Dusty Rhodes is down, Cactus Jack lifts him up to his feet. What do we got here? Backbreaker by Cactus Jack. Irish whip sends Booker T over the top rope and knocked down to the floor.
Booker T has been eliminated.
Booker T now has been eliminated. Booker T is gone. Nice short run there by Booker T. Dusty is down. Steve Austin trying to eliminate the Animal Batista. Nice light sweep there, taking Batista off his feet. Batista over the top rope. Cesaro getting caught here. Oh my, Cesaro gets caught with his own hold by Eddie Guerrero. Claudio Castagnoli, if you will. Stone Cold Stunner by Steve Austin. Double arm suplex by Andre the Giant as Steve Austin looks for somewhere to dump Dusty Rhodes. And Jon Moxley coming in at number 25. Scoop slam over the top rope and down to the floor. Nice vertical suplex by Jon Moxley on Claudio. Batista just got rid of Eddie Guerrero. We have got 5 more entrants here in this Royal Rumble match. 5 more to go. Who is left to come out? We don't even know who could be. The Fantasy Warfare roster is so deep, it could be anybody from any era, from any promotion. Tag teams, individuals, factions, luchas, giants, medium-sized guys, which means Scott Hall could easily come out at anytime. He's a medium-sized guy. But we got entrant number 26 about to make their way out to the ring here. Who's it going to be? It's Big Papa Pop, Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner looking to do some Steiner math on everybody. Scott Steiner. Oh, draping down. I believe that was Cesaro. Yeah, Cesaro gets draped down. Steve Austin over the top. Oh wait, I confused him. Yeah, remember, I got a Tiger Street I'm working with here. Cesaro, Claudio, now they're going to eliminate him. Shawn Michaels, no stranger to winning Royal Rumble matches, coming in from these mathematical best spot to come in from number 27. And number 27, of course, means we have 3 more entrants remaining. And look at that in the center of your screen. He just collected his bearings. The number 1 entrant, Andre the Giant, still standing tall here in this Royal Rumble match. Could Andre be on his way to winning the Royal Rumble? Will we await the arrival of our 28th entrant? Who's it gonna be? It's Mr. Perfect. Dusty Rhodes has Big Papa Pump with a scoop slam and sends him out to the floor. Scott Steiner has been eliminated. He is gone.
A competitor has been eliminated.
Gold Stunner by Steve Austin. Somebody got eliminated. I didn't catch who it was there. The ring is so full of combatants. Oh, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels got eliminated. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here in this Rumble match. Andre the Giant is still in it, folks. Number 1 to number 28. Can Andre survive for the victory? What a story. Here comes entrant number 29. Who's it gonna be? Entry number 29 is none other than Shinsuke Nakamura. If you're watching here on YouTube, we'll drop a little bit of an exclusive for you. In episode 2, Shinsuke Nakamura will be in action, in singles action, against another entrant from tonight's Royal Rumble, Bruiser Brody. What an interesting contest that should be between one of the wildest men in wrestling history, Bruiser Brody, as entry number 30 makes his way to the ring against the human suplex machine. Bruiser Brody, one of the wildest, most feared individuals in pro wrestling history, and Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the most storied strikers, one of the most vivid personalities in pro wrestling, as Dusty Rhodes gets eliminated. So it will be one of these combatants, folks. It's either going to be Taz, it's either going to be Batista, Jon Moxley, Andre the Giant, Mr. Perfect, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Shinsuke Nakamura we're talking about. But it will be one of these combatants that walks away the winner of this Royal Rumble match. I still can't believe Andre the Giant is here in this match. He has survived from the number 1 spot. All 30 entrants have entered. Many people have come and gone, but Andre the Giant is the one still standing tall from the beginning. Mr. Perfect looking to rid the Rumble of Jon Moxley, and he does.
A competitor has
Jon Moxley eliminated by Mr. Perfect. We've got 6 combatants left in the ring. Steve Austin, Andre the Giant, Mr. Perfect, Taz, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Batista. Taz now, handle suplex on Shinsuke Nakamura. Mr. Perfect lifting Andre the Giant to his feet. I don't know why he's lifting to his feet. Andre over the ropes. Austin tries to eliminate him, and he does.
Eliminated.
Andre the Giant. What a story. What a run in the Rumble, but ultimately it comes to an end at the hands of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who sends Andre the Giant to the locker room after his elimination. So we are down to 5. Batista, Mr. Perfect, Taz, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of these 5 will walk away with the victory here in our final contest of the first episode of Fantasy Warfare. Nice drop kick by Mr. Perfect as Taz fails to eliminate Nakamura. Kick to the midsection by Nakamura. Drops Taz. Austin is just laid out in the corner, but Nakamura found him going after him, locking up center of the ring. Irish whip, Nakamura over the ropes. Steve Austin walks away from the elimination attempt, but Taz resumes it. He's going after Nakamura. He's got him on the ropes. Could Nakamura hit the floor next? He's on the ropes. He went over the top. Can Taz finish the job? He cannot, as Shinsuke Nakamura comes back into the ring. Our final 5 combatants here. Who's it gonna be? Who will be the next to go? Who will be the last man standing? We're gonna. Oh, nice back cracker there by Shinsuke Nakamura. Snap suplex by Mr. Perfect takes Stone Cold Steve Austin down, who is now back up on his feet. Shinsuke Nakamura with a German suplex while Taz hits a jawbreaker. Mr. Perfect hits the back elbow on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Kinshasa by Shinsuke Nakamura on Batista. Taz is down, Perfect is down. Austin throwing punches. Nakamura with a kick to the face of Batista. Taz is on the ropes. Stone Cold Steve Austin's got Taz up. And
a competitor has been eliminated.
To the floor. Taz has been eliminated. We are down to the final 4. It's Batista, Shinsuke Nakamura, Mr. Perfect, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of these 4 will be the one to walk away with the victory. Steve Austin with a DDT on Mr. Perfect. Shinsuke Nakamura tries for a kick to the head of Batista, but it doesn't happen. DDT by Batista. Slap to the face of Stone Cold Steve Austin by Mr. Perfect. And single leg takedown by Mr. Perfect, driving the knees into the knee. Nakamura with knees to the chest and sternum of Batista, now trying to rip that arm out of the socket. Stone Cold Steve Austin paired off with Mr. Perfect. Shinsuke Nakamura with Batista. These are the final 4 here in this Royal Rumble match. As Nakamura throwing shots that get caught by Batista. Batista, spine buster on Nakamura. Batista's poised for the Batista bomb on Nakamura, and down goes Nakamura. Batista bomb. Batista goes after Steve Austin with a back suplex as Mr. Perfect now working over Nakamura. Wrenching that leg of Nakamura as Steve Austin standing over Batista. What an action-packed final 4. There is not even a moment to breathe here. There is so much action to call, even with just 4 combatants here in the ring. Batista now catching the kick from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Collar and elbow between Nakamura and Perfect. Perfect gets dropped to the mat as Batista now is caught by Austin. Pile driver. Nakamura tried to stop it for some strange reason, but he was unsuccessful at doing so, but he was successful in dropping Stone Cold Steve Austin with that forearm there. Batista going over to Mr. Perfect, collar and elbow by the ropes. He's got him up into the power slam. Oh, nice power slam by Batista on Mr. Perfect. Steve Austin now grabs Batista, brings him over to the ropes. Batista counters. Nakamura up in the air. Gets the knee driven into the tailbone. He's knocked over into the ropes by Mr. Perfect, who continues the assault, trying to get Nakamura into position for an elimination. As Steve Austin now trying to do the same with Batista. This Final Four has been action-packed, as we said. There's been no let-up. These four are all battling it out to be the one. And Shinsuke Nakamura has been eliminated. We are down to the final three as Mr. Perfect hits the perfect plex on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Irish whip sends Batista into the corner, and now Batista could be the next one to go. We are down to the final three. Steve Austin, Mr. Perfect, and Batista. Who's it gonna be? Batista now has Steve Austin up in the press slam down to the mat. Mr. Perfect comes in, perfect plex on Batista. Perfect now goes after Austin, who counters the attack. Perfect, he's got him set up. Perfect neck breaker by Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect now waiting for Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's got him hooked. Nope, Austin counters. Shots to the midsection. DDT by Stone Cold Steve Austin as Batista's firing it up in the background. Posing for the fans, getting the adrenaline flowing as Mr. Perfect trades shots with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Single leg takedown. Drives the knee into the back of the leg of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mr. Perfect now taking the fight to Batista, trying to eliminate the animal from the Rumble. Will he be successful? He's got one leg off the ground. He's got both legs off the ground. Stone Cold Steve Austin is coming from behind, and he smartly walks away, leaving Mr. Perfect and Batista to battle amongst themselves. Batista now has Mr. Perfect. He's got him up, and Batista ball. Batista, he's got Steve Austin trying to bring him to the rope, but Austin is able to counter. 3 elbows to the gut. It's the cardinal rule of professional wrestling and rules of 3. It works. Knee lift by Steve Austin on Batista. Steve Austin now has Batista up on his feet. Hard shot to the jaw. Got him from behind. Oh, driving that knee into the tailbone of Batista. These are our final 3. There have been attempts to eliminate each other, but nobody's been able to make that movement yet. Mr. Perfect goes after Steve Austin, swinging neck breaker, drops the rattlesnake. Mr. Perfect not wasting any time though, going back after Steve Austin, hammering him over towards the ropes, trying to get him there. Back breaker, right in the center of the ring. That's not the positioning he might have wanted on that one, but nonetheless, he is in the driver's seat with Steve Austin. Got him by the back of his head. He's got a clothesline over the top rope. Stone Cold Steve Austin has been eliminated. And we are down to the final 2. Batista and Mr. Perfect, our final 2 here of this impromptu Royal Rumble. Batista wasting no time. He's got Mr. Perfect up and Batista bomb yet again on Mr. Perfect. Batista wasting no time in asserting dominance in the final 2. He's got Perfect up. Snake guys in the corner on Mr. Perfect. Knee to the side of the head by Mr. Perfect though. Gotta give it to him for still having anything in him after taking a Batista bomb and a snake eyes. He just got caught with an elbow to the side of the head. Press slam counter attempt by Mr. Perfect. Batista's got him up on the shoulders, bringing him over to the ropes. Could this be what he needs to get rid of Mr. Perfect? He's got him. He's up. He's over, and Batista wins the Royal Rumble match. A Royal Rumble match we didn't even know that we were going to have here today, my friends. But as we said before this Rumble got started, the Hell in a Cell match may have been hyped up so much that it never had a chance to deliver. So we told 30 of our combatants to get their stuff on and get to the ring, and they did. What a Royal Rumble match it was to close out the day here at Fantasy Warfare. what an exciting way to end things. I think it was a little bit better of a note to end on than that underwhelming Hell in a Cell match. Like we said before, and we've said it multiple times here today since it happened, sometimes you overhype, and it just doesn't deliver. But I feel pretty confident saying that Royal Rumble match delivered here today. So, as we were getting ready to do about a half hour ago, let's go ahead and take a look back at some of the highlights from the matches that were scheduled here today in that highlight video we were getting ready to watch. And then be sure to join us next Saturday, November the 12th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the next episode of Fantasy Warfare. My name is Bloody Bill Vox, and I thank you for joining us here today. Oh yeah, what a show. Yeah, I dig it. Let's go, let's leave. I still have the mic in my hands, though. Who knows, man? What a show.